again, thank you very much for inviting us to be at this summit. When I was discussing with a gentleman about what would we contribute with in the summit and what would we talk about, there was a lot of discussions about maybe Genie can talk about new products that they are launching, maybe Genie can talk about their new innovations, and I think with the majority of the people in this room, maybe for the exception of JLG, know exactly what we are working on, and we have been in several discussions about, what's coming next, what are we doing, what kind of innovation we are bringing in. And that's why I said no. I would like to address this audience about what is very important in today's market for our customers, for our rental customers. And that's something that maybe 5 or 6 years ago, no one would even discuss with you as a supplier. Return on invested capital was great. Companies were doing 5, 6, 7% per month and didn't really bother about discussing return on invested capital. They thought they were doing everything right. Markets has changed. We are in a totally different market today. The return on invested capital is shrinking with a lot of our rental customers. And so what is Genie doing to help to improve or sustain, at least in these difficult times, the return on invested capital for our customers? I think this is a formula that everyone is familiar with. We all know that, rental companies are using money to make money. The ROIC formula is also known to everyone. But in this formula, everything on it is one for everybody. Every rental company can use this formula to count their return on invested capital. But how many of our customers think about how would a finance package impact their return on invested capital? How would a good maintenance contract affect their return on invested capital? Are they coming to their manufacturers and talking to them about such impacts or such packages that could help them improve their return on invested capital? The other thing which is also very important for return on invested capital is inventory management or tracking your fleet. Fleet performance knowledge, like revenue generation, time of utilization, downtime, warranty cost, interest costs, et cetera, can only lead you to measurable parameters like depreciation, resale values, maintenance schedules, rental rates, replacement plans, and fleet mix. Without tracking these parameters today, you cannot be successful in a rental industry, and you cannot maintain or improve your ROIC. So what is rebalancing your fleet? For any rental company, I think all the gentlemen from the rental industry would say 75% utilization is quite a good number. I know you wanted 90, but 75 is a norm for the industry. But what is the rest 25% of the fleet doing? Has there been an assessment of, has the market changed? Do you think this 25% of fleet can be sold, can be traded in with a manufacturer? Are you talking to your manufacturers about what is trending in the market today? What equipments can you use in order to get rid of these machines that are stood idle for a long period of time and bring in new machines? All these become very important into your calculation of return on invested capital. The other very important thing is tracking your fleet. And when I'm saying tracking of fleet, we're not only talking about a GPS. We are talking about how the fleet is used, how is it being maintained, whether it is in your yard or in your customer's working place. Is your manufacturer helping you in and giving you the right guidance into how you can maintain this fleet, whether, again, in your yard or outside, and what are they doing in order to reduce these costs and help you track your fleet. Tracking rental fleet today becomes a must. With tracking of your fleet comes what we call usable technology. I think in the past, telematics were something nice to have, and everybody wanted a card with a GPS to know where is their machine, is it working or not. In today's world, with the new technologies coming in, this is now becoming a very different technology to use. With Genie, from last month, all our equipments are standardly built with our latest technology of Genie Lift Connect on Telematics, which is a game changer for your rental fleet, because we are going away from what we call reactive maintenance into proactive, and even in the future, as the new engines come into this market, predictive maintenance. We will help you to understand what's happening with your fleet, and even what can you predict in order to make sure that your uptime in your customer's workplace is maximized. So this is exactly what I was talking about. From today, what we see is it is descriptive maintenance. So you know, after 400 hours, you have to do this. After 500 hours, that. 1,000 hours, this. Into predictive, what we will start seeing today with the new telematics system, where we can tell you exactly what's happening on each machine, and into the future, hopefully, when the emission standards change in this market to more predictive recommendations. Simplification. I think we don't give enough credit to how much simplifying your maintenance protocols and giving time for your fleet to be at your customer place gives back into your return on invested capital. It is massive. We went through a huge exercise 2 years ago at Genie to revisit all our service intervals and all our service protocols. With 53 years of experience in the access industry, and with the rigorous testing that we have done on our machines, no Genie machines leaves the NPD before it has been tested for at least 18,000 cycles. Every single machine that we produce, before we send it into production, is tested up to 18,000 cycles. All this testing and the data we have accumulated over the years has allowed us to revisit our service intervals, to reduce the times that you have to do these service intervals on the machines safely, and that's the most important thing. You know, we just heard about the Japanese manufacturer that thought it is great to have how many? 13 million, but it could be the next one. Well, we did it a little bit differently. It won't be the next one. It is truly tested and certified. So simplification is very important. Developing a differentiation strategy. You know, every rental company today can have machines. Genie, JLG, all the manufacturers are available. You can have anything you want. But how are you differentiating your fleet? What are you doing to make sure that your fleet is providing a different product altogether, but not product as just a machine, but everything around the machine to your customer? One very important topic that we don't like to touch too much about in the region here is replacement of fleet. The region has been traditionally I don't like to use this word, but it has been a dumping ground for all used equipment coming from all over the world. Anybody that wanted to start a rental operation could go to Europe or to the US, buy a few machines, and bring them here. They could be 10, 15 20 years old and start a rental operation. I think this is changing. The market itself is demanding a different strategy. The customers today, the entrance of some new players into the market has also raised the standards. So replacement cycles for existing rental companies becomes very important. Our statistics say that usually rental cycles are between 6.5 to 9.5 years. This is in the US and in Europe. This statistic in front of us is from the US. It's from United Rentals. So these are the usual replacement cycles. Now, how many of us know what is the average on MUPS? What is the average age fleet of equipments in the Middle East? Can someone tell me approximately what's the average? It is 10 years. It is close to 10 years. So we have even exceeded this replacement cycle. So what happens when we exceed this replacement cycle? Especially in a market so tough like today and with a lot of newcomers coming into the market with new equipments. Your fleet and market value starts to drop because the cost of replacing this old fleet becomes extremely high. Your maintenance shoots up. And no matter, look, it's not a secret, no matter what brand you are using, after a certain age, machines will start to break down. You need to have more maintenance on your fleet. And you start to lose on technology because these old machines do not have the latest technology that is available in the market. So all this put together, what we at Genie are trying to say today, specifically for our market here, is that it's not all about price. I know that a lot of businesses, and most businesses, of course, price is important, but it's not all about price. We are in a safety industry. We lift people up into big heights. We are a people's industry. Today in the panel, a lot of people spoke about training, about having qualified operators. Something that we also offer as a brand is our Genie Pro, Genie Lift Pro. It is a training program that is available for operators that we can certify your operators from a manufacturer. It's not a familiarization, it's a proper certification. Knowledge, and we have a lot of knowledge in the region and knowledge that we can bring from outside of the region to support you. Financing options, monitoring of your fleet and the cycles. Please talk to us about your fleets. Please talk to us about your plans for replacement. We can help you get rid of old machines, sell them outside of the region, find buyers for them in order for you to be able to bring newer machines into your fleet. Preventive maintenance. We have our Genie Service Solutions that is also available in the region. We have implemented it very successfully with 2 customers in the UAE, and they are extremely happy with it, and they keep on coming back for more. Be different. Find ways to differentiate your company, your rental fleet from other companies and other rental fleets. And communication. I think between manufacturers and rental companies, sometimes we do not sit enough together to talk about how can we help each other. And there is a lot of things that can be done in order for us to help each other. And finally, training. Training, training, and training is what makes a good company a great company. That's me done. Quick and easy. If you have any questions, please let me know.